And then the main event for that fight card was Adrien Broner versus Jessie Vargas, which went all 12 rounds and there was a draw. I was a tad bit disappointed for this fight, but I'm going to show you three different perspectives of this fight that should come into consideration when properly judging this fight. So the first perspective is I would say the unbiased perspective. The unbiased perspective is Jessie Vargas. He controlled the entire fight for the first 6 rounds. And then for the last 6, Adrien Broner, for the most part, he outboxed him. Now, if you do the math, if someone wins the first 6, then the second person wins mostly the next 6. If you do the math, that's 6-6. That's a draw. That's even. So the fight was called to be a draw, which I somewhat agree with. Now I'm going to give you the perspective of a Jessie Vargas fan. From a Jessie Vargas fan, he would say that Jessie Vargas was more active, which he was because he almost outlanded Broner by more than 300 punches, which is a lot. And he wasn't landing at a high percentage. He did land 141 power shots at 27%, which 27%, it's not good at all. It's pretty bad. But him being more active, that should give the judges more of a sense that he was doing more and he's more urgent and he's pushing the pace of the fight. So from a Vargas fan standpoint, he should have won a fight. Now, from an Adrien Broner standpoint, if you're a fan of Adrien Broner, your standpoint would be that Broner, he's more accurate, which he was. He landed 152 power punches, landed at 44%, which is great. A lot of boxing analysts says if you land close to 50% of your power shots, you most likely won the fight. You could also say that Broner, in the rounds where Broner was doing more, he was just absolutely beating Vargas bloody, literally bloody. Jessie Vargas had a cut on top of his eye. Then I think he got one under the same eye. So Adrien Broner was beating him real bad in the later rounds that he was winning. So I'm going to give you my standpoint. My standpoint is no matter if this fight was a win or loss for Adrien Broner, it was, in my eyes, a loss for him because Broner, he's, like I always say, he's more skilled than Jessie Vargas. He's more skilled than most boxers out right now, and he has all the potential to be the best in the world. But he has these times where he turns into Adrien the Problem Broner. Now, Adrien the Problem Broner, he is the new ego of Broner where he defeats himself instead of his opponents defeating him. I don't want to see Adrien the Problem Broner. I want to see the old Broner where he used to call himself the Can Man. He calls himself the Can Man because anyone can get it. And it was a nice nickname he gave for himself. And I saw glimpses of that within this fight. In addition to that, this is the very first time that Broner actually had a true trainer within his corner in Kevin Cunningham. Kevin Cunningham, he is a great trainer, well-known trainer. He also trains Gervonta Davis. He trained Davis and Broner at the same time. They go to the same training camp, same gym, live in the same house and everything. So he is a good trainer. And with this being the first time that Broner has a true trainer within his corner, I thought that I would have saw just a new evolved Broner, which I did in spots of the fight. In some spots of the fight, like around, I believe, 8, I saw a nearly perfect cut of Adrien Broner. Then round 10 was the same thing, but it's only spots and glimpses of it. I need to see it for the whole entire 12-round fight. Then I can really see the progress of it. But until he does that, I can't say that Broner won this fight because the judges may say that it's a draw, but in my eyes, if Broner is more skilled than Vargas, he has more assets within his arsenal, and he's stronger than the guy. I think they're roughly about like the same size, but he's faster than the guy. He has better head movement, better foot movement, better defense. He has everything better than this guy, but just because he was more active, it stopped you from getting the win. In my eyes, that it looks like a loss to me. So, Adrien Broner, you got to do better out there.